Hello everybody and welcome to Card Karma, bringing you another cool deck. Hopefully something that maybe you haven't seen before, maybe you have. Either way, we're dealing with a Flygon deck today. And Flygon's ability is called Sand Slammer. At any time between turns, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, put 1 damage on each of your opponent's Pokemon. So basically our strategy is going to be to try to keep this thing in the active position in between turns as often as we can and really start racking up sand damage, just spread across all of our opponent's Pokemon. To achieve this, to keep this in the active position, we're going to use the help of Donphan's Spinning Turn attack. For 1 energy, it hits for 40, and you switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. Now, I'm sure none of you are new to Donphan. He's been a threat. He's been a force in the game for a while, and his hit and run tactics are just as useful here. We can use, muscle bands, strong energies to get that spinning turn damage, the base damage up, and then we're constantly switching into our Flygon, doing even more damage. So definitely have a high damage output here. Alongside the Flygon Donphan core, we have our Dusknoir, who can make use of that residual sand damage and just pile it up wherever we like and just take out whatever threats we might need taken out at that given time. So Dusknoir really gives us some added mobility and lets us take out threats before they even become threats. While they're just charging up on the bench, we can be sniping them off. So very, very powerful. In addition to that, you can pick off weakened threats, like say an EX that took a bunch of damage and they try to retreat it out. You can pick that off of the bench. Weaker or non-evolved basics, things like Pikachus or Zubats. You can snipe those before they even get to turn into Golbats or Raichus and start wreaking havoc on your team. Dusknoir is very powerful here, just in conjunction with the sand ability and Donphan's damage and everything else. We do have 1 Landorus EX, and that's just for some backup muscle, just if nothing else is working out. He attacks for 1 energy, so that's great, and we can buff him up with muscle bands and fighting stadiums and strong energies and stuff like that, and so he can really become a powerhouse in his own right. And I've won games with just the Landorus, even though that's not our main strategy. It happens just as often. Okay, so in addition to our Pokemon line, we run a couple interesting cards for our trainers. One cool interaction I think is Max Potion. Since most of our attackers run up just 1 energy or very low energy costs, we can afford to Max Potion off and heal up and just keep on trucking. We don't have to slow down for anything. And in conjunction with that, we run the energy retrieval, and that pretty much means no matter what, like, you're safe to discard those energies. You can bring them back, attach. All you need is 1 energy to attack, and then you're good to spinning turn or good to hammerhead again. So really no worries, and so that's a really cool interaction, I thought. We run a mixed bag of candies. You got to have multiple flavors. Variety is the spice of life. And these candies really are just going to help us get our obvious Stage 2 evolution lines into play much easier. So if we need to jump straight to Flygon, jump straight to Dusknoir, whatever we need to do, that's what these candies are there for. Pretty standard in an evolution-based deck. We have just the 1 Sacred Ash, and that's to recur any missing pieces. Say we lose our only Dusclops, or we lose a Flygon or a Donphan, something like that. We can always get our Pokemon back. So Sacred Ash is a really good replacement for Lysander's trump card, at least in a Pokemon-based deck, like an evolution-based deck. It works really well. We run the 1 switch, and that's just emergency plan to get our Flygon out of the active. If we don't have a Float Stone, we can't retreat, we always have this as an option, and we have ways to get that, such as Karina or Skyla. So switch is just a good card to have. Run 4 Ultra Ball because we are running a Pokemon heavy line. We do need to get individual pieces at any given time. So Ultra Ball is critical here. Colress is an obvious card because people are just filling their benches these days, and we use our full bench as well, so Colress just makes sense. Sorry about that. Karina is great because it allows us to grab Trapinches, it allows us to grab Donphans and Fanpeas, it allows us to grab the 1 of Landorus, and it also allows us to grab pretty much any of our trainer cards, whether that's like rare candies or anything really, switch, muscle band, whatever. We can grab whatever we need at the time. So Karina is just a very solid card in this deck. I still only have it as a 1 of, and that could be a mistake, but yeah, I just have it as a 1 of for now. 4 ends, and I like ends because they allow us to shuffle cards back into our deck. Say we have extra muscle bands or floats that we don't need to attach yet, we can always just shuffle those back in and use them later, and they also disrupts our opponent's hand. So I really like in the post-Trump game. 4 Sycamore, honestly this probably needs to be dumped because so many times we get Sycamores and we don't want to lose like a Dusclops or a Dusknoir or one of our evolutionary lines. So I think dropping a Sycamore or 2 and replacing them with VS Seekers is probably what needs to happen. But this is what I've been running with, so this is how I played the deck today. So what I'm going to show you guys. Skyla, it's just great to grab whatever piece we need at the time. If it's just that one muscle band to get that 20 extra damage and that makes the difference, you know, Skyla can really come into play. If Skyla for a Sycamore so that you can get draw support for the next turn. Skyla for a lot of things is necessary. Skyla for Floatstone, it's absolutely critical we get Flygon out of the active when we need it to. So Skyla is solid here. We have Fighting Stadiums, and I'm not sure on this. I only run the 2. I think a 3rd could benefit the deck, but I'm not sure what I would cut. I don't know. I'm torn on this. Sometimes the stadium is really helpful and it wins us the match, and other times it's completely useless or just gets cut out. It just gets knocked out by Skyfields or Dimension Valleys. So I'm not sure, but I do like the stadiums. They give us much needed damage output. I run 4 Floatstones, and that's just because, like I said, it is 100% critical that our Flygons do not get stuck in the active. We don't really want our Dusknoir stuck in the active. And a lot of times I'll even put a Floatstone on Landorus because we don't want him stuck in the active. But he has a lot of HP, so he can tank hits for us if we need. So, yeah, Floatstone's definitely a necessity in this deck. We run 2 bands and 1 Bengal, and that's pretty much fine. We usually don't go through that many attackers anyway, and we only have 3 Donphans. So even if we have 2 of them with a band, 1 with a Bengal, we've fully used our tools. But it's okay if we put a band on Landorus or something like that because we just have lots of damage output with the stadiums, with strong energies, with the band, with everything. So I like this setup, and I think that part's fine. Our energies just 4 strong. Obviously, any fighting deck is going to have those, and then 3 regulars. And those energies, since we do run low energy attackers, the extra energies are often used to like retreat Flygons that don't have Floatstones, and with the energy retrieval we can always get those back. So all we ever need is 1 or 2 energies and we're good to attack any real time. Like we almost always use Spinning Turn, we're always using a Hammerhead. Nothing in our arsenal costs more than 1 energy. So very light, very efficient deck despite being so clunky and heavy. So yeah, it's definitely a spicy one, and let's see what we can get into with Flygon, Donphan, Dusknoir deck, aka Fly Elephants. Alright, let's give it another go with Flygon, Donphan. I'm going to go ahead and go first here. We start with Landorus and Phan-tom. I think I will actually open with the Landorus here and use the float if I have to retreat him. Go ahead and bench the Phan-tom just because. You see Manectric, Mewtwo from my opponent. No energies here. Unfortunate. I'm just going to play the float and pass. Unfortunate start here. You see the DCE from the opponent, so they will be able to X-Ball here, band, increasing that damage. We do get the N, which might be okay for us. Yeah, it's decent. We get 60 damage from the Mewtwo. Go ahead and play Donphan, play Duskull, play our own in here. We don't want to get rid of those cards. We do get the Trapinch, which is nice. And we're just going to go ahead and max potion here because there's no reason not to. Yeah, we're just gonna end the turn there. But that lander soak up more hits while we can hopefully get set up. See another Manectric come down. They're not really a threat to us because we do have the Donphan and the Landorus. So we'll see if those prove to be a threat or not. You see him throw away a Link for a computer search and a switch. Not sure he could grab the Mega here, or he could grab, not sure honestly, Lysander and try to snipe my Donphan or my other Pokemon. See a Seismitoad come out and a Juniper, okay. Fresh 7 for the opponent. We see a Trubbish come down. That could shut off our Flygon, making this a very unfortunate matchup. See a 60 damage from the Mewtwo and a pass to us. So we are going to strong energy on the Donphan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess it's actually better for us to Colress at this point. It's gonna go ahead and get a Brava in play. Go ahead and get a Dust Hole in play while we're at it. Go ahead, spinning turn to the Landorus, let him soak up more hits. He still can't kill us. We see a DCE go onto the Seismitoad. We see Garbodor come down, so all he needs is a tool at this point. We see the end, so we are going to lose our hand there. We do get the Flygon, very nice. As well as too strong, so we can be hitting for a lot more damage here. We see the retreat, not good. He's still not going to KO us, so I'm going to go ahead and play the Flygon here. Go ahead and play a strong here. And I guess good in Karina. We don't have anything better to be doing. Grab a Phan-tom. I guess a Solar Bengal could do some work here. I don't want an Ultra Ball just yet. Oh, we can't use the Bengal, unfortunately. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we are getting the end here, so another Clanging Punch. Still get the Dusknoir in play. That's great. We'll get a Stadium in play. We'll put the energy here to retreat. Well then. Look for another opponent here. Hopefully we can find a match. Looks like we're fighting Aetherist Dubs with a Psychic Colorless deck. We're gonna flip the heads here, so our opponent will get to choose. Most likely they'll be going first. Okay, we see Crobat, we see Band, and nothing else. So some kind of Bats deck we're facing here, maybe Crobat Shaman type of build. Let's see here. Go ahead and Ultra Ball for the Trap Hinge. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, go ahead and Ultra Ball for Trap Hinge. Get a float on it. Go ahead and I could easily be carrying Dimension Valley or something, so I'll hold on to my stadiums. This is nice. We do have the Dusknoir online for next turn, so I'll go ahead and end the turn right there. We have all three of our basics in play, which is really what we want on the first turn. Because now if we do get the Flygon, we have Hurricane the Flygon instead. Wobbuffet could be a problem here, because he would turn off our Flygon ability whenever he's active, so we'll have to deal with him first, that's for sure. See the tails on a Professor Birch for my opponent, only drawing 4. See a Repeat Ball for another Zubat, makes sense. And another Wobbuffet, so this is a dedicated Wobbuffet Crobat build from what I'm seeing. Yeah, we will go ahead and Candy for Dusknoir. Yeah, I'm gonna Muscle Band or Megaphone off his Muscle Band here. This is kind of unfortunate that I do not have the Donphan. If he Golbat's here, I'm in trouble. Nope, we get away with another turn. We're doing 90 here. Actually, I think I did miss an opportunity to go to Flygon, which is unfortunate. He brings up the Wobbuffet, which is fine. He has no energy. He's great. That's what we kind of want here. We're gonna end. We're gonna give them some cards, but I would definitely like to get more of my own kind of stuff in play. Go ahead and counter his stadium. Get another Donphan going. I am doing 100 here, so I'll go ahead, make that a KO. Without Dimension Valley, he can't attack for 1. There is a Dimension Valley, okay. Our stadium wasn't too important, it did turn off his ability. Okay, he will be able to possibly snipe this Donphan. Let's see what he chooses to do with that. Okay. Wobbuffet doing 50. That's not good. Finally, we do get a Flygon in play. Go ahead and heal off our Dusknoir. Just make sure he stays potent. Go ahead, spinning turn into Flygon. Get our sand in effect. And now we are really making it work. BS Seeker for the bird. She does get the head, so that's a fresh 7 for my opponent. See tails on the scoop up, so he won't be able to pull that Crobat up. He has another, and another tails. Good news for us. So he does skill dive. Oh, and takes out my Donphan. That's unfortunate, but that's his first prize, so we're in a good shape. Go ahead and play Donphan, Landorus, sorry. Speaking colors here. Go ahead and counter his stadium. And I don't really think we need any more stuff. But I'll go ahead and get a second Flygon in play. So this one's hitting for 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I can KO. Then we'll spinning turn into Flygon again. Oops. I think I missed. Ah, the resistance. That's fine. He doesn't really pose much of a threat. I'm sorry, I did not calculate resistance. That's fine though. I don't think he can really disrupt us too much at this point. Even Super Scoop on this is not going to save anything, I don't think. It's 20 on Flygon. Okay, without a muscle band, this is not a KO. Ah, that's unfortunate. Still not a KO, so that is fortunate. Okay. Go ahead and pick off those two prizes. And this should be the game. Very nice. Flygon, Donphan coming through. Dusknoir is not to be forgotten though. Moving around those damage counters is how we really got those prize cards. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed this deck. Maybe you can come up with your own variants of Flygon. I think he's one of the most interesting cards right now, so I would love to hear any suggestions or any cool ideas you guys have using Flygon or using Donphan, an old favorite. Yeah, let me know. Likes, subscribe, share, show your friends, anything, greatly appreciated. Again, thank you for your time, and see you guys next time.